Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. The story of Santa Gyaneshwar is as if it is a fictitious narration by some great author. It is like that. And it is imagined like that because many people, they get lost in what they call pratik bhasha. Pratik bhasha means what? History is secondary and interpretation is primary. For example, Ganesh ji. Ganesh ji is God. Full stop. No. Do you know what is Ganesh ji? His stomach is big because he has not taken Hajmola. One tooth is broken and there is only one tooth complete because he did not use Viko Vajradanti. This kind of interpretation is detrimental. It is not good. Similarly, in case of Santa Gyaneshwar, there are some intellectuals. They put it like this. These three brothers and one sister. Eldest was Nivruttinath, who was the guru also of Santa Gyaneshwar. Second was Gyaneshwar Maharaj. Third was Sopan Dev. And fourth was Muktabai, the youngest sister. Now these intellectuals interpret it this way. See? Unless you are withdrawn, Nimrutti, complete dispassion, you will not get knowledge, Jnaneshwar. And to walk that path, Sopan means path, steps. And if you follow these steps, so Nivritti, Vairagya, Jnanam, Jnaneshwar, knowledge, Sopan, steps. If you do this, then you get Mukta by liberation. Satya Nas. किसी ने अपने लड़की का नाम रख दिया सीता. Why? Because of her, my son has to go to forest for 14 years. Which forest? That was a forest of Treta Yuga. Today's forest is America. From here, people think America is very good. But go and see there. One person asked me this question. See, our America and your India, both are big democracies. What are the common factors and differences? I said common factor, we are Democrats. Then difference, America is a rich country with poor people. India is a poor country with rich people. This is the basic difference. Hey friends. Therefore, these kinds of interpretations about the scriptural events should not be entertained if you are really wanting to walk the spiritual path. So, Dhaneshwar Maharaj, having commented on Srimad Bhagavad Gita in Marathi, and here also one important point we have to understand, there is a difference between Bhashya and commentary. Bhashya means every word is explained with reference to context. If you have studied Kenopanishad, there are two types of Bhashya, Pada Bhashya and Vakya Bhashya. Each and every word in that statement is analyzed and a right place is shown, word by word. But when it came to the commentary by Dhaneshwar Maharaj on Bhagavad Gita, it is not called Bhashya, it is Bhavartha Deepika. What is the implied meaning Bhagwan Sri Krishna wanted us to know? That was the idea. So when it was done, so his guru, elder brother, told him, you have only told what Bhagwan Krishna said. You tell what you have to say. Then he wrote Amrutanubhava. The Amrutanubhava is his experience put in words. So there are 10 chapters. In the last retreat, we have taken first 2 chapters. To summarize these 2 chapters, first chapter dealt with oneness between Shiva and Shakti. See, this Shiva Shakti has to be clearly understood, and then we will understand oneness. What we call in Vedanta Brahma and Maya, what is called as Shiva Shakti, or what is called as Radha Krishna, it is something like fire and the burning power. Bhagavan Shankaracharya writes about this. San api asan api ubhayatmikano. Bhinna api abhinna api ubhayatmikano. Karyanumeya sudhiyaiva gamya. See? What is this Shiva Shakti or Radha Krishna or Brahma Maya? Sat api asat api. It is and it is not. And it is both. What is this? Because, now take the example of the fire and burning power. Can the burning power remain independent of fire? It has no existence independent of fire. Can the fire burn anything without the burning power? No. Fire is the tanmatra of the rupa. The forms are supported by fire, and the same forms are burnt by the burning power. So what is the position of this burning power? It is because it is burning. It is not because it doesn't have independent existence. It has to be associated with the fire. Then what it is? When manifest, it is. When unmanifest, it is not. And therefore, according to our scriptures, there is no creation. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter. Avyaktadini bhutani vyakta madhyani bharata avyakta nidalaneva tatra ka paridevana. Bhagavan tells to Arjun, everything was unmanifest. Earlier, it became manifest. Again, it will become unmanifest. So, who is created and who died? Like the waves. Waves are not created. they are unmanifest in the ocean, they become manifest, appear, and again they go back. The waves don't come from outside to land on the ocean. No. Therefore, there is no creation. It's only manifestation and manifestation, continuously going on. Therefore, how this creation or the manifestation is happening? When the Shakti becomes manifest, creation appears. When the Shakti becomes unmanifest, creation disappears. And this game of manifestation and manifestation is incessantly going on. And therefore, Shiva and Shakti, they are not two, they are one and the same. Therefore, without the Shakti, Shiva is nothing. Without the Shiva, Shakti cannot be. That is the reason why when you married people sit for some puja, husband sits on the right side, on the left side the woman sits. Why always like that? On the left side the lady, right side the man. Why not the other way around? So contemplate. For everything, only one solution. Think properly. Man is zero. Now it is better. Shivji is zero. See, 1 0 value nothing. 2 zeros value nothing. 3 zeros value nothing. 100 zeros no value. But 1 0 on the left side there is 1. 10. 2 zeros. 1 on the left side. 100. So Shiva is Shiva because of the Parvati, and therefore they are appearing two, but they are one. And therefore, Dhaneshwara Maharaj says in the conclusion of the first chapter that in this recognition, I have saluted both the mother and the father of the creation. That is why when we chant the mantras, these are the deep things to be recognized. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Oh, God is mother and father. Is God hermaphrodite? See? Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva. Tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva. Is it like a amoeba automatically multiplying? Therefore, this is the meaning. That creation is not possible. Only by Shiva or only by Shakti they are together and one. In this manner, I have saluted them by recognizing the importance of both of them equally. There is nobody superior, there is nobody inferior. This recognition was the first chapter concluded. Now, the second chapter began, wherein he saluted his Guru. See, the Guru is the one who comes in our life in the form of some event because of which we are able to change the direction of our life. So, how do we salute the Guru? The same way, like the wave will salute the ocean. There are many beautiful examples given. If a salt doll goes and jumps into the water to find out the depth of the ocean, will it come back? So, salutation to the Guru means the one who is saluted, he disappears. And thereafter, whatever is happening is only the Guru is expressing through the disciple. And when this is not recognized, then we start thinking, Punyasti sadrusho maya, I have done this, I have done that. Therefore, this is one of the biggest challenge for everyone. We can digest, sustain failures in our life. But perpetual success is very difficult to digest. One loses all the proportions. And that is the beginning of the fall of the person. And therefore, in the second chapter, the Guru Maharaj is saluted. And in that salutation, toward the end of the second chapter, he says, I have to pay my fees to the Guru. And that is paid by way of offering my complete life. Now, what is our life? And what is the debt that is to be offered? So, normally when we think about life means only the waking experiences. But it is incomplete understanding. Complete understanding is life is expressed in 4 stages. Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha 4. So waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi. So we are indebted to the Guru in all these 4 stages. And how this runam, how the debt has to be paid, this is the 3rd chapter that we will be now talking about. So, I have paid my debt by saluting the Guru. The debt to whom and for what? So, this is most important point. You know the highest illusion you can think of? One or two I will give example. The sun is not moving. It is the earth which is moving around the sun. But what is the illusion? Sun rises, sun sets. Then there are no mirage waters, but they do appear. There is no Indradhanusha, but it appears. What could be the highest illusion? Highest illusion is the illusion of wisdom. I know everything. When I sit for meditation, I feel. I will not tell you the name and the place. Once I was taken by my friend, I was invited. Swami, please come. Our great Mahatma is coming. So I said, all right, go. Time pass. So in the front, 3 seats were kept, one for me, one for my host and hostile. Together we went. And then they give flowers. When the Mahatma Ji come, everybody offers. I said, okay, I'll offer. So when the Mahatma Ji come, like Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, Aa Rahe Hai, pom, 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 like that, all that big tamasha, he came in there with pant shirt and a big gown over. And he sat. And then I went and offered flower, did namaskar. My friend, Swamiji, don't go like that. I said, I'll put you, don't worry, don't be jealous. No. Relax. There's nothing to gain, nothing to lose in life. Then he started. Realization, awareness, consciousness are oft used words have lost their meaning. Today, I'll tell you. You should feel the whole audience. And then you should you could laugh. Do you know highest punishment? When there is a possibility of laughter, but you are not supposed to laugh. And what is the highest misery? When your jokes go flat. And worse is when they ask After that, फिर क्या हुआ? Because now I am realized. Everybody tells, oh, he's a great Mahatma. And you also start, अरे यार मैं हूँ क्या? Highest illusion is the illusion of wisdom. This is the theme. How important it is. So, what the Guru Maharaj does to the student, he gives him the Tattvamasi Mahavakya Upadesh. Out of the 4 Mahavakyas, this Tattvamasi is the Upadesha Mahavakya. Prajnanam Brahma is the definition of the truth. Tattvamasi is the instruction. Follow that. You are divine, you are Brahman. So, this is what all our scriptures do. Every scripture you take, ultimately it brings back you to your own self. Even if you take our Narad Bhakti Sutra, there, what is God is never mentioned anywhere. It is Bhakti Sutra, but nowhere mention of what is God. It's only by the common noun or by the pronoun. Sa tu asmin param prema rupa amruta swarupa cha asmin isme, in this. In what? You find out. Like Kena Upanishad also doesn't tell what is the reality. And even tells, I don't know how to tell you. Navid maha yatha etadon shishya. Then what should we do? Suffer. No. But your Guru must have told you something. Yes, he told. What did he tell? Yes, I can tell you that. The truth is, anya devatat viditat atha aviditat adi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. But what it is, you find out, come on. Other than the known and unknown. What is nowhere told. And ultimate is, those who know, they know not. And those who know not, they know. Wherever there is a contradiction, the truth is hidden behind the contradictions. The more you become subjective, contemplative, non-reactionary, then you come to a point, yad gatvan anivartante tadhama paramam. Earlier I was fool, or earlier I was otherwise, now I am wise. One illusion replaced by another illusion. This is what is said here. The scriptures, the teachers are again and again telling, this Mandukya Upanishad which Swamiji is teaching, when the rainy seasons begin, all the frogs come out. And the frogs do not make noise because somebody asked them. They keep on drown. Whether you want or you have to listen. That is the Mandukya Upanishad. The Mahatma, the scripture keep on telling you, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine. See? That is the word used here. Yayachene bobhate, atmayachi zopal lete, purnatari runana pite, je chedechi nindaki. Yayachene bobhate. Bobhate means noise. See? The scripture, the teachers are constantly talking about the truth. I am talking about Vedanta. We don't send you to hell. Why? There you will start satsang. Why you don't send? Where are you now? See? Therefore, Yaya Cheni Bhovate. In Vedanta, they don't talk about last life, this life, next life. Going to hell, going to heaven. Papa, Punya, Dharma, Adharma. It's all rubbish. See, friends. In the 4th chapter, Bhagavan says, Chaturvarnam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashaha Tasya kartaram apimam vidya akartaram avayam. It is not said that these four varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, they are not jati. Jati is said by the political fools. Brahman, Jati, Kshatriya. No, it is not jati, it is varna. Varnanat varna. Wherein you are defined, described. And how they are. Chaturvarnyam maya srishtam. I have created these four categories. Guna karma vibhagashaha. According to the predominance of a particular guna, sattva, rajas, tamas, and according to that, the expressions will be different. So, the one who is sattva guna pradhan, sufficient rajoguna, very little tamoguna is called, he is defined as Brahman. The other one is dynamic rajoguna pradhan and dedicated for the welfare of others, sattva guna, and tamoguna very minimum. They are called like Kshatriya. Then Vaishya, they are dynamic but selfishly dynamic, and therefore minimum of tamoguna. And Shudras, all government servants, only tamoguna. Sattva red is gone. So Janmana Jayate Shudraha, our scripture states, Manusmriti tells, by birth we are all Shudra. See, the definition of Shudra given by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in his Bhashya is the one who is constantly crying is a Shudra. Children constantly crying. If they are hungry, if somebody bites, no other language. In the same manner, those that are constantly complaining, they are Shudra. See, friends. Janmana Jayate Shudra. By birth we are all Shudra. Tamogun Pradhan. Samskarat Vija Uchyate. Then samskar. How you should say it and how you should eat food. You should not take both the hands and start dharma kshetri, kuru kshetri like that. Eat in a decent manner. See? Samskar. How we should talk to elders. Samskara Dvija Uchyate. Dvija means second birth. Again we are born. So by birth we are Shudra. No, nothing. Then because of the samskara we become Dvija. Then Vedabhyasi Bhavid Vipraha. Then we study the scriptures, we are called as a Vipra, the higher category. And Brahma Janati Brahmana. See? Only by the cross belt, nobody becomes Brahmana. See, friends. Therefore, when this knowledge is given, Yayacheni Bovate, on the basis of that, all confusions come. And one of the confusion is that, see, even the great teachers tell, I am divine. I am divine. This happened in US. In one place I went, nice small temple, a very small Indian community, maybe about 100 or so. So after my satsang was over, there was one South Indian gentleman, very nice person. When people go out of India, they become more spiritual and more Hindu than when they are in India. So he came for satsang also, nice lungi, and on the lungi they tie another thing, I don't know why. And thereafter, all the marks everywhere, dish antenna, complete. And after my satsang was over, he said, Swamiji, like you, I am also Brahman, I know that, but why I am not becoming popular like you? Can you give me tips how to become popular? See, friends, that is what is called as the illusion of wisdom. See, friends. So, Yayacheni Bobhate, you keep on listening to satsang and we become professional satsangi. Any Mahatma comes, we sit before him as a challenge. Won't you try Maro? Dekho Maharaj. Yayacheni Bhuvate. All the great teachers come and tell us again and again. You are neither the body nor the jiva, but you alone are playing this game of life. Again and again, whether we want or we don't want, we are told. Yayache bhovate. Then Atmayachi zopalote. Then his sleep is gone. Then what happens? Purnatari runana fite. And yet, his sleep is over, yet he is sleeping. How? How beautiful these deep thoughts are. Sleep is ignorance. Ignorance is incomplete knowledge. Recognize this correct definition. Ignorance is not absence of knowledge. Knowledge can never be absent. Ignorance, incomplete knowledge. So there we do not know anything, but we know we are there. So because of the constant shouting, we are awakened from the notion that I was in deep sleep, now I am awake. So the I who was sleeping, the same I is awake. Be very attentive. Vedanta does not talk about liberation for I, but liberation from I. So before I studied the scripture, I thought, I am body, and then I studied again. Now I know I am not the body, I am not. Then what you do? I do the japa. I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect, I am not parroting. Then here the teacher says, earlier I was sleeping, not knowing anything. Then I heard the scriptures, I went to satsang, and now I know. Aham Brahmasmi. Friends, I is still there. Therefore, in Mandukya Upanishad, we talk about Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti. That Upanishad doesn't talk about the three. There are only two. Tattvasya agrahanam nidra and anyatha grahanam swapna. Not knowing oneself is the deep sleep. And knowing oneself the wrong way is the dream. Therefore, as much dream is a dream, equally so, the waking is also a dream. See, friends. But then we have, earlier, but since I started studying Vedanta, I went here and there, and all Mahatmas sun ke rakh diye. Dekho Maharaj. So we come out of one sleep and enter other sleep. So earlier I was Prajna, now I am Vishwa. Problem is the same. One more deep thought I'll tell you. He is not from here, but from Yoga Vasishta. See? The Mukhyatma, the essential self. Mukhyatma. And then this Mukhyatma gets identified with the gross body. And it is then is called as the Mithyatma, the illusory self. And in the self-reality, the Brahman gets identified with only the modifications of the mind. That is called as the Pratibhasik Atma. Mukhyatma is the real one, Mithyatma is the waker, Pratibhasik Atma is the dreamer. Now, when I consider myself to be body, then the next generation 2G scam begins. Thereafter, I am mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife. Where are they? Nowhere. Is it like from a seed, the sprout comes out, then stem comes out, then leaves, then flowers? In the same manner, out of the man, a son comes out, a husband comes out, a father comes out. Where are they? Gaunatma. They have no value. But who are miserable? They are miserable. See, friends. Now, one more step. When we are awake, and if we had a bad dream, do we worry about it? We brush it. Come on, into just a dream, forget about it. If this is clear, now we are the Mithyatma illusory self. I am body. Now you start coming for satsang. Now you are again born. Now you are the seeker of truth. That is Paramarthik Atma. Now you are no more getting disturbed because of the dreamer that you were. Come on, you are just a dream. In the same manner, in this waking dream, mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, rich, poor, now you have taken a stand to walk the spiritual path. You have become a Paramarthik Atma. So like the waker is indifferent, not worried about what happened to the dreamer, in the same manner, a seeker of truth will no more get disturbed unnecessarily because of all relations and possessions. That is what is mentioned here. Yacheni bobhate. Constantly listening to satsanga is the only way to get out of the wrong notions because of which we suffer. Only spiritual practice. Today only I was reading that one WhatsApp I received. One person wrote, Swamiji, I am software engineer, so much of my age, and I was having a bipolar personality, and I am married. And then I was confused, and every time I was frustrated, wife was frustrated, what to do. Then I was listening to Vedanta Satsanga again and again and again, and now that problem has gone. My doctor is surprised. Maybe he has gone into bipolar. How come it happened? Now I am not taking even medication. Only minimum what is required is taken. He said, now I want to do my graduation in the psychiatrist and want to prove whether I should take up this, that this will help. Please guide me. So what we have to understand, all the problems are because of wrong thinking. Wrong thinking cannot be corrected by not thinking. Wrong thinking can be corrected by right understanding. See? So, yayacheni bobhati atmayachi zhopalote. So earlier, what was the sleep? I am ignorant, I am unfortunate, blah, 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 blah. Now you have taken a position of a Paramarthik Atma. Now enough is enough. The purpose of our life is only one. Let him express through us. Yamai vesha vrunute tena labhyaha tasyaisha atma virunate tanum swam. Let him select us so that he can express through us. And therefore, no more getting worried or frustrated about this thing. So, yachani bobhate atmayachi zhopalote. Now he is no more sleeping as a miserable person. But then, now he has gone to satsanga, studied well, and therefore, purnatari rudana fite, and yet it is not complete. Why? Because earlier I was a fool, now I am a wise. Earlier I didn't know that. I know Upanishad, Gita, and Prasthanatrayi, and Yoga Shastra, blah, 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 blah. So earlier problem was, I know nothing. Now the problem is, I know everything. Problem is still maintained in a different way. And therefore, we are still sleeping. Hey friends. Therefore, tari urda ruda na fite. Now what is the meaning of runa or the debt? Debt is a bondage. See? So as long as we have not paid our debt, we are in bondage. Suppose we have taken money from somebody and we have not paid. That is his prarabdha. No. You are in bondage. This is what is said. Tari Puda Rudana Fite. So, although you have studied, everything is done. And yet, if you have the same notion that earlier I was ignorant, now I am not, earlier I was poor, now I am not, this basic thing we should understand that aupadhik anekata, the multiplicity born out of conditioning, is an illusion. It is not real. And conditionings are of two types: conditioning of having and conditioning of not having. Those who don't have children, they are miserable. Those who have children, super miserable. Those who don't have money, they are miserable. Those who have a lot of money, they are also miserable. See, friends, meaning what? Our whole life is guided by the conditioned expression, not the absolute. And this conditioned expression is earlier I was ignorant, now I am wise. Thus, we continue to remain in this bondage of wrong notions. So, as much I am bound is a wrong notion, equally I am liberated is equally a wrong notion. Because we are all leading notional life. We are not leading the real life, only notion. Therefore, this debt we have to remove. Now, if we are to remove this, now, how this debt is to be removed and what is that? See, in the second OV, the teacher tells us something. येरवी पराधिका चौघी जीव मोक्षाच्या उपेगी अविद्येसवे आंगी वेचती कीर. Now these four experiences, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, or deep sleep and Turiya, they have to be clearly defined and understood. Waking experience is that experience where the speech is called as Vaikhari, and Vaikhari speech is that where the object of knowledge and the knowledge of the object are separate from each other. Like this is a mic, and the word mic is separate from the object mic. So that experience where the word and the meaning of the word remain separate is the waking experience. Then it is called a Vaikhari Vani. The second thing is the Madhyama Vani. In Madhyama Vani, the object and the word indicating the object both are at thought level. Then the third is Pashyanti Vani. In Pashyanti Vani, neither the object nor the thought of the object is yet manifest. So, Vaikhari Vani in the waking, Madhyama Vani in the dream, and Pashyanti Vani in the deep sleep. And the fourth one is Paravani, that is the Turiya, fourth one. Those who are studying Vedanta, they normally insist on this Antakaran Chatushtay. But actually, it should be Antakaran Panchakam. We go deeply in the understanding, then this point will come. So first, all these four experiences, Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti and Turiya, all these four experiences, they are the expressions of avidya save. They are the expressions of the same avidya, incomplete knowledge. See? So the incomplete knowledge is, I know I am, but what I am, I don't know. Or rather, who I am, I don't know. See? So, I am is not a problem. But I am body, or I am mind, or I am nobody, what is the problem? So here, Paradika Chauhi, the four, Vaikhari, Madhyama, Pashyanti and Para. Now these four Vadis. Paradika Chauhi, Jiva Mokshacha Upegi. Now these four are useful for us to get out of the catch of these four vanis. Avidya save angi vechati kira. And it is possible where the basic ignorance is removed, all the four disappear. And therefore, these four should be clearly understood. Now, first is the Vaikhari Vani, the waking experience. Here also, I will tell you, many of you are doing japa. In that also, this knowledge can be practiced regularly. When we are chanting the Lord's name, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, by Vaikhari Vani. When we chant it for a sufficient period of time, our Vaikhari Vani becomes pure and mature. Then the name of the Lord descends down, it goes at the mind level, Madhyama level. So Madhyama, nobody will hear, but you are chanting yourself. When the mind also becomes saturated and pure, all other stuff from the mind is removed. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, everything is removed. It is replaced by the divine name. Then the Madhyama Vani becomes pure. Then we enter the third. Third is Pashyanti Vani. Pashyanti Vani is Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam Tasyam Jagrati Sayyami Yasyam Jagrati Bhutani Sa Nisha Pashyato Munehe. The one who is awakened to his essential nature, although he is living in the relative world, but he is beyond the relative world. Although he is alive in this world, yet he is sleeping to the world. That is the Pashyanti Vani. Up to here is our spiritual practice. Beyond this, he takes over. Paravani. The Paravani, the Turiya. Now, all these four are the limbs of avidya. So, when I do not know myself, deep sleep, when I know confuse, the dreamer, then I know I am man, I am woman, etc., the waker. All these four are expressions of the same Mula Avidya, the incomplete knowledge about ourselves. So, Yeravi Paradika Chaugi, Jiva Mokshacha Upegi, but they are useful to us. So, what is the use? Use is we start from the waking experience and get minimum disturbed, then we come to the level of the mind. Then the mind is quietened without going to sleep. If the mind goes to sleep, it is a temporary meditation. And when we transcend even the sleep, we come to the Turiya. The Turiya is what? Turiya is like man is a Turiya and Jagra Sapna Sushupti, the Vishwa, Tejas and Pradnya, they are the waker, dreamer and the deep sleeper. So man is common, although we call him fourth, but he is the one, not the fourth. But because we give undue importance to the earlier three, therefore we call it as the fourth. In Sanskrit language, Turiya means fourth, but in Vedanta, Turiya means the one, which is expressing as the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, depending upon the conditioning through which he is expressing. Therefore, avidya savaya angi, and when this wrong notion about our correct identity is given up, meaning what? Then we will be playing the role of a waker without becoming a waker. We will be playing the role of a dreamer without becoming a dreamer. Now, this technique we told you a number of times. Give it a try. Experiencer without an experiencer is the truth. Knowledge without the knower. Joy without the enjoyer. When enjoyer is not there, enjoyed is not there, enjoyment is not there, this triputi disappears. See? This is what mentioned here, avidya savayangi. So these are the four limbs of this avidya, the incomplete knowledge. Knowledge is there, but what is the knowledge? I am man or woman. Now, who told us? I am body is not the problem. Problem is only this body I am, that body I am not. The problem begins. On what ground we say this body I am, that body I am not? Therefore, these are the limbs of the ignorance. And when the ignorance, avidya, the wrong notion is removed, all the four disappear. And in the absence of the waker, dreamer, deep sleeper, the turiya also disappears. Slowly and steadily, when we thus recognize this, that is, four vanis are expressing the four types of experiences. And therefore, the basis of them is only the avidya, the ignorance, the incomplete knowledge. Now, examples are given to indicate this. Deha save hatapaye, jati mana save indriye, ka surya save jaye kirana jada. Deha save hatapaye. When we lift the child body, along with that, his hands and legs are also lifted. A second example, jati mana save indriya. If your mind is not there, your ears are open, I am talking non-stop. Even this is not heard. Because the mind is not there. So, the body includes the hands and legs. So, hands and legs are the limbs of the body. What are the limbs of the mind? Limbs of the mind are the indriya, the sense organs of action. And ka surya save jaya kiran jada. And like along when there is a sunset, all the rays go back. Now here what we have to understand. Is the sun and the sun rays separate? No. Rays are only the means through which the sun is expressing. In the same manner, body and the hands and the legs are not separate. Similarly, mind and the sense organs, they are not separate. So also, these Jagra, Sapna, Sushupti, Samadhi, they are not separate from the divine. That is our essential nature. So, body identification, waking begins. Mind identification, dream begins. Absence of the two, identification, deep sleep begins. Mind is calm, quiet, without sleep, samadhi. But in and through all these four, the common denominator is ever the same. The four different conditionings made it appear as if he is four. Theoretically, we have understood. Now it must be our direct experience. If that is not experience, then we will be only talking and not be able to recognize. Further, more examples. Natari nidreche avadhi swapne marati adhi tevi avidyeche sambandhi atati ya. So, before the sleep is over, the dreams disappear. Similarly, when the ignorance about our understanding is removed, before that, all this waking, dream, deep sleep, samadhi, they all disappear. Meaning what? Meaning the issues of the waking for the waker, the issues of the dream for the dreamer, etc., they are no more valid. And therefore, when we are awakened to our essential nature, all these things disappear. And therefore, we are nobody. The real practice is this: practice nobody. And to practice nobody, only one simple technique. Don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Body is born with reference to the past. Longer the past, stronger the body. Small kids, 3 or 4 years, hardly any past. Therefore, no insult, no respect, no nothing. ठीक है, खाने को दे दो, enough. But elderly people, longer the past, stronger the ego. Therefore, friends, these all the four things, they are born out of these wrong notions. One more important point I'll tell you. This point we should be able to practice every now and then. We always stand in front of the mirror. You cannot stop reflection happening in the mirror. You cannot stop. Equally true, we cannot stop body identification happening. You cannot stop. Then, now again, inquire, learn. So, in place of us in front of the mirror, if there is a dog, what will be the experiment tell us? The dog will take the reflection to be real, start fighting, shouting, barking, and make a noise. But when we look at the same reflection of ours, we don't do all that. On the contrary, we enjoy our beauty. This angle, that angle. Now, same way, you and me are identified with the body. Great Mahatmas are also identified with the body. But the difference is, we take body identification and the waker as real, and the great masters, they are also identified with the body, but they don't take the waker as a real. You can't stop it. It will happen. And if you insist on doing some acrobatics, you can achieve that. But that is not all. We are like, आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. This I learned in China. I went somewhere and there was somebody from India who had come. So they invited me also. Nice people. And on the stage there was only one old man, a yogi. And he was demonstrating various postures. And in one posture, he was standing on one leg on the floor, other leg behind his neck. Can't even imagine, isn't it? And then his hand up. And there was a mala in his hand. And then he was standing and moving the mala, and the whole audience. What you have achieved? What do you want to prove? I can stand on one leg. Although I am old, I can still stand. Is this all in life? See, friend, this is what he said, the illusion of wisdom. Earlier I was a bhogi, now I am a yogi. Earlier I was waking up late, 9 o'clock, now I wake up at 8:45. Superior. Whom are we cheating? This self-cheating is what is mentioned over here. Therefore, friends, as much we are not deluded, that much we are not realized. Because both delusion and realization, both are only imaginations. I was bad, now I am good. We are holding on to the upadhi of good and bad. We have to transcend all the upadhis. And therefore, in simple words, non-specific existence is the truth. We are carrying the burdens of so many things like I am man, I am not a woman, I am young, I am not old, I am rich, I am not poor, I am educated, I am not illiterate. One more, I am realized also. Hare Rama. See, friends, Nirupadhik Satta. Nirupadhik Satta means existence without attributes. No attributes. Just be. Natari nidre che avadi swapne marati adhi. Before the sleep is over, the dreams disappear. Similarly, before this ignorance about our right identity is over, swapne marati adi, these four dreams, waker, dreamer, deep sleeper and samadhi. First of all of them disappear. It is not that we are awake and after some time the dream has gone. No. First the dream is over, then we are awake. Exactly the same way. How do we know whether our ignorance is completely gone? First of all, the waking of the waker is no more an issue. What do we call technically? Triputi. This Triputi, the waker, waking world and waking experiences, the dreamer, dream world and the dream experiences, etc. First of all, they will disappear. Like before the waking happens, the dream disappears. In the same manner, before awakening to one's divine nature, the waker, the dreamer, the deep sleeper, everything disappears. Disappear means what? When eyes are open, we will see. But earlier we were taking this world as real, now it is no more taken as real. Like the child, as a child when standing in front of the mirror was fighting, etc. with the reflection. The same child is now awakened from the ignorance that there is somebody in the mirror. After he has awakened from that ignorance, thereafter, although he is seeing, now he is not taking it as real. Therefore, Devi avidyeche sambandhi atati ya. Therefore, friends, spiritual life is not limited only to a particular seat. Spiritual life is not mentioned only during the waking. We live 24/7 in and through all experiences of our life as the divine being. That is what is the ultimate. Therefore, as we do not boast about our dreams, do you know, in one dream, I became the president of America. Really? Then what happened? Dishing, somebody came and killed. On the contrary, we feel ashamed of telling our dreams to others. Even in the dream, you can't be happy. Therefore, when we are walking the spiritual path, we have to be very careful. As much I am in bondage is a bondage, that much I am liberated is equally a bondage. Further, we'll take in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om